When we create learning material, quite often we need to find an image or media that portrays a very specific concept. We want something to speak to or align with the content that we are creating. The study of semiotics is actually exactly that. Semiotics is the study of meaning of words and images and symbols. And ChatGPT or other Gen AI tools can actually help us find appropriate images or symbols that will help us portray the meaning that we intend. So in this video, I'm going to show you how good ChatGPT is at helping you with semiotics and finding appropriate images. There's a lot more actually. There's also cultural sensitivities, and ChatGPT will even help us with that. Let me show you how. We're going to start with a prompt again, and I'm going to start with this one. Act as a semiotics expert. Every time I give you a keyword or concept, suggest images and symbols that would help me convey that concept. For each suggestion, tell me whether there are cultural sensitivities associated with this image, concept, or symbol, and suggest a culturally neutral alternative. As learning practitioners, we really have to be careful and conscious of our target audience and cultural sensitivities. And ChatGPT can actually be proactive in helping us to consider things that we're not even aware of. So, and then the last part I'm saying, then ask me whether I would like an image generated for any one of these suggestions. So we can go straight into it, suggesting a type of image or concept and even generating it for us. Let's see what it does. It starts by asking me to give it a keyword or concept, and it will continue from there. So let's say I am busy creating a kind of a business course, and I have a page where I want to portray the image of signing a contract or a deal. And I want ChatGPT to suggest suitable images for that. So it comes up and it says the first one, handshake. That was kind of predictable. And it also gives me the cultural sensitivities. In some cultures, physical contact, like a handshake, may not be appropriate, especially between genders. True that. A culturally neutral alternative. Two stylized hands forming a clasp without physical contact, like an abstract or digital representation. I think that's a great idea actually, and a great alternative to achieve what we need to achieve without kind of crossing cultural boundaries. It also suggests a signed document, contract scroll, interesting, business people shaking hands, scales of justice, and then of course it asks me to select one and it will create an image for me. I like option one actually, and I'm curious to see how it will interpret the culturally sensitive alternative. So let's do this. I'm going to say option one, and I'm probably going to be specific and say create the culturally neutral alternative. Let's see what it comes up with. Interesting, it came up with quite a pretty, almost abstract image, but it still looks like the hands are touching. So I'm not very happy with how it interpreted even its own advice. So I will ask it to do another iteration and be specific in terms of what I want it not to do. Okay, so I'm asking it to retry, and I am saying use a similar style, but the hands reaching towards each other for a handshake without touching. So I'm just being a little bit more specific. And remember, I can also be very specific in terms of the style and color scheme that I want in the image. You can have a look at this video that I created before that teaches you how to prompt ChatGPT with very specific image styles. Okay, it came up with quite an abstract image, not exactly what I wanted, but we can ask it to create more versions and try again until we find something that is what we were looking for. I hope you found this useful. This is how we can use ChatGPT to help us come up with images to portray what we want to say and also be culturally sensitive in the same time. If you found this useful, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell button to be notified of the next video coming up. I'll see you soon.